Namaste. In this episode, we have with us Miss Radhika Gupta as our speaker, our guest speaker. Miss Radhika Gupta is MD and CEO at Edelweiss Asset Management Company Limited. Radhika, I have a couple of questions for you. Firstly, in the current scenario, when there is a probable de-dollarization which may happen, West is looking for an alternative to China, and at the local level, a lot of policy actions by the government. How do you see India's economic growth over next one decade?
So I think, the world is already saying it, but we are likely to be one of the fastest growing economies over the next decade, well ahead of our counterparts like China, etc. And the reason for this is that where we are in our state of growth, today we have a $2,700 per capita GDP, and that will move to about 5,000. Now, किसी भी economy में जब ये होता है, so incremental spending doesn't go into basics. It either goes into investment or it goes into consumption, and that builds the economy. I think what is very exciting about the India story over the next decade is you will see an expansion in sectors that have been stronghold for us, like services, consumption, but you will see new areas of opportunity. For instance, if you look at the manufacturing side of the economy, it had never kicked off. But now we are seeing a country that could not manufacture simple toys, manufacture and export phones and fighter jets. And I think that transformation in manufacturing is going to be incredible for India, for job creation and for multiple other impacts. So I think the combination of services, technology, you are benefiting from a financial sector that is very healthy, which is not true in the rest of the world. So I think multiple sectors of the economy will contribute, plus this incredible demographic dividend, this young population you have that is 70%, getting more independent, all will come in, and you will have the economy expanding, corporate earnings expanding, and of course that translating into equity giving returns.
Fine, thank you. Now, the dilemma in the current situation is that on the one hand, hyperinflation is there in India, globally. On the other hand, there are upcoming elections which are coming up in India. And because of hyperinflation, interest rates are at a very elevated level across the world. The investors have a dilemma at a juncture when the equity market is making all-time high every day. Should they participate into equity market at this stage with a long-term investment horizon, or should they wait for some more time? And if they should invest, probably which is the category that you are recommending to our investors at this juncture?
So I think it is very important, as you said, to find a balance between this long term and short term. And dono ke I'll just talk about this. So if you look at the long term, I believe that जो India की economic growth है, that is not going to be captured by what we historically believe has been only large cap. Now, today, if you want a sector leader in banking or IT, you necessarily go to the large cap universe. But if you want a leader in capital goods, then you probably go to mid caps or chemicals or China plus one kind of themes, which you spoke about. If you want a leader in diagnostics or capital markets, you might go to small caps. And may I remind you today that even your small cap company today has an average size of $1.5 billion. Your mid cap company $3.5 billion, and your large cap. So I think the portfolio of the next decade will be a multi-cap one that has a blended balance between large, mid and small, if you have to truly capture the potential of the Indian economy. So I think that is where the answer will lie. Now, short-term volatility can always be a concern. You have an election coming, you have, a troubled part of the world, you have interest rates where they are. In this scenario, I think systematic approaches have been very valuable. So investing via STP, investing via SIP, investing in any systematic fashion will help you mitigate the next 6 months which you may be worried about, but keep your eye focused on the long term as well.
Thank you very much. I think the underlying message for our investors is that though equity market has been making all-time high every day, still over next 1 decade it is a very interesting investment opportunity for our investors, and therefore, as Radhika rightly mentioned, investing into equity mutual funds, multi-cap mutual funds via systematic investment plan, SIPs and STP, is the best strategy to invest. I sincerely thank on behalf of Artham FinoMetry for sparing your valuable time, Radhika, and answering to our questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.